Alright. Yeah, I think I replay this probably once every, say, 7 or 8 years. Every once in a while I'll just go, hey, I'm in the mood for some Soul Blazer. Because it was a game that I had as a kid, so... It's definitely the one of the quadrilogy that I've played the most. Because the thing with me, at least, this game we had as a, or at least I had as a kid, Illusion of Gaia I knew existed, and it's like, oh, hey, that's this game that existed, and Terra Enigma was always this, it was one of those, like, oh, it's an import only, or it was only available in select regions that we didn't get, so that it had that going for it. So I ended up playing that more than Illusion of Gaia. In Grand Stream Saga, I think I had it on a demo disc, and it's like, oh, this game's weird. There's a cutscene where you see a lady showering, but that's all I kind of remember from it. And then, as I've played them, as my, I guess my palette has increased, or I guess as my tastes have become more honed in, every time I go back to Illusion of Gaia, I always feel, this game's weird and I don't like its story that much. In the Terra Enigma, it's like, this game's, like, I really like what this game's going for, but something about it just feels off. Also, remember quickly, it's a long game, too. Because I think every time I've stopped right as soon as you fall into the pit. And, like, done, like, the first couple of dungeons of the... Like, I don't even know why I'm trying to avoid spoilers for that game, but, like, once you get into the new world, essentially... Like, the first couple chapters of Chapter 2, actually. No, I remember that actually has a chapter structure. Man, I would like this music a lot more. Like, I think compositionally, it's a pretty good soundtrack. But the fact that it uses that bass standard SNES fart bass always bugged me. Yeah, I didn't even get to the bird area. Like, I might have gotten to the lions bit, like, once. And I'm like, I think I've played enough of this. Which is a shame, because, like, yeah, the most interesting parts of that game are not until the later half. Like, the first chapter is interesting, and then starting with the second, it just starts... It does not... Yeah, also that game has really bad sense of... It has a really bad sense of, like, level gatekeeping. Like, it's one of those games that encourages you to grind, but it's also one of those games in which you have to... Basically, bosses are level checkpoints. In that it is nigh impossible if you're not at the level, and completely easy if you are at the level. Yep. Yep, Illusion of Gaia is the second of 4. At least I assume that's what you are referring to. Yep, the series, it is Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, Terranigma, and the Grand Stream Saga. Like, this track in particular is really bad about the SNES FARC bass. Well, they technically have never... The only time they've explicitly referred to it as a series, is... Like, I think it's something like... There's, like, something in Illusion of Gaia that refers to something as Soul Blazer 2. And then I think Terranigma has a loose reference to Illusion of Gaia. And the Grand Stream Saga is usually only thrown in just because it's by the same... It's the last game by the same developers and has some of the same, like... I don't know if themes, but it kind of feels like it could be part of the same series. And then if you want to kind of, like, they're definitely not in the same series, but very similar, you could almost kind of see Dark Cloud as being the spiritual successor to these games. But yeah, they're definitely not part of the, they're definitely not by the same people. But they are kind of similar. Yeah, fair enough. Got the point across. It's the internet, you don't have to spell correctly. Just as long as you get enough letters in the same kind of direction. I'm doing okay, but I think I feel something coming on, so hopefully that doesn't turn into something. That is true, that sometimes happens. Alright, well, we are good to go. I think I got all the ads out. Okay, so let me go ahead and pause that and switch over to here. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another Sunday edition of Retro Rank Rhapsody. Today we're doing a game that I kind of just been feeling like doing for a while. I don't think there was a general tone, it was just part of a group of games that I've just, well, been wanting to play for a while and couldn't really think of a theme to kind of go through it, like to put it in a different category. So, the game that we're taking a look at today is a game called Soul Blazer. And it is the first of what is usually referred to as a trilogy, although some people also refer to it as a quadrilogy, of games that were developed by a company that was called Quintet. And we've taken a look at a Quintet game before, that being ActRaiser. They were actually one of the two companies that are behind ActRaiser, the other one being Ancient. And yeah, this Quintet, I think we kind of went into it a little bit when we talked about ActRaiser, but Quintet's kind of interesting because basically what it is, Quintet is, or was, they're unfortunately no longer with us, but what it was a bunch, it seemed like it was a bunch of ex-Falcom people, specifically people who worked on the first 3 East games, that formed a company, I guess, after leaving Falcom, and they made a bunch of different kind of, I guess you could almost all of them were action RPGs, with the exception of Robotrek, which was just straight up an RPG, as well as looks like a few other ones, but mostly action RPGs. And kind of their biggest action RPG franchises were, or not quite franchises, but their games were part of this set of games that are usually referred to as the Heaven and Earth, either quadrilogy or trilogy. Basically, all of these games, essentially, what they have to do, or what they involve, is basically you are a person who is thrown into a world that has been kind of, all the life has been removed from it, and you are trying to build up the creatures of the world, or they're trying to help solve conflict. You can kind of see that almost in ActRaiser as well. But yes, they're kind of thematically tied together. And the first in the series is probably the most kind of blatant about that. We'll kind of see the general plot as we get into the game, but I do want to point out some kind of interesting, not quite casting, but some of the people that are behind it. Its director is Masaya Hoshimoto, who worked on East, as well as its writer, Tomoyoshi Miyazaki, who was the scenario writer for the first 3 East games. Also, the composer for this game is kind of interesting because for a while I didn't, and in fact it was this morning when I looked into it, reading up about it, that I found this interesting. So the composer of this game is a person by the name of Yukihide Takekawa, who really, I think this is the only game that he composed, because he actually is probably more well known in Japan as being the vocalist for a band that was called Go Diego. And Go Diego is kind of their most famous song, especially over in English-speaking countries, was the theme song to Monkey, which was a late 70s retelling of Journey to the West that has a really good theme song called Monkey Magic. I just thought that was interesting. Also, I think he did music for like Galaxy Express and also a bunch of 80s era OVAs like Goku Midnight Eye. So yeah, that's enough of that. I thought that was just kind of neat and I wanted to point that out. So let's go ahead and get started. And this was, in fact, published by Enix. Yes, this is, in fact, Soul Blazer. In Japan, it was called Soul Blader. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why it got changed here, either. Also, it might be seems a little bit loud. There we go. So yes, this is a, yeah, I guess, yeah, now they say that, except I think it was in reverse, I guess. You know, now that I think about this, you could actually probably make this, this game could have been an East plot. Yeah, it could be that's close to Bladder. Yeah, basically the king's an evil shit, and he's using Dr. Leo to try and make him rich. I guess more people would be familiar with the term blacksmith for a person who makes swords. And yes, I don't... So, this is another game that refers to the benevolent, like, god creature as the master. I don't think that it was supposed to be god like it was in ActRaiser. But yes, we are a Soul Blazer. I do not think we are given a canonical name. And, yeah, okay, so that's that. Okay, so... here, every world has one of these kind of rooms. And yes, we get to choose a name. So I'm going to name myself something... I had this game as a kid, and for some reason, none of us know why, but me and my brother always named a character in this game Norst. I do not know why, we don't know why, we just do. Just an interesting name. Okay, so basically, yeah, you will, this game shares a lot of sound effects with ActRaiser. So you will hear a lot of sound effects from ActRaiser. Okay, so... here, it's Sword of Life. Okay, so here's our weapon. Here's Sword of Life. It's pretty weak. Okay, what's the button? Okay, so... right now we just have this swing. It's pretty wide swing. You can also hold the thing to do a crab rock. Which, as enemies... like, I'll show it here. So you can just hold down the button to just kind of let them run into you. Oop. And yeah, there's... and so here's the thing, there will be a bunch of, I think they call them monster layers, but basically all of them will have a set amount of monsters. And when you kill all the monsters, they will kind of turn to that thing, and when you step on it, something good will happen. And we received the flame ball magic. And we'll also have, this guy will now follow us around. Okay, so now we have that little orb following us, or circling around us. Let me quit the magic. Also, I apologize, I'm going to be fumbling over the controls like crazy. And hit case result. Okay, so magic... in order to use magic, you need to have gems. You will get gems from killing enemies, as well as XP. And also, every area has what, not quite an overworld, but it has like a friendly area. Whenever you go into a new one, it will basically be empty, with the exception of like 1 or 2 things, like this plant here. Yes, this is Soul Blazer, the prequel to Illusion of Gaia. Or Illusion of Time if you're in Europe. I forgot that it had a different name. Okay. Okay, so time to just, basically kind of dungeon areas. Basically follow the same flow. Just kill as many basically just kill all the monster layers. Oops. Yeah, I should actually, use magic at some point. But, yeah, it goes from the orb, not yourself. Which is really weird. And yes, this is what'll happen a good majority of the time when you go into hit one of those, I guess, green things. You'll bring something back to the friendly area. And yes. At this point in the game... Okay, so... What is it? This one? Yes. And it goes in the direction that you were aiming at, so... Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to, like, freeze the thing in place. So you're always kind of at the mercy of the thing. Also, when you do the crab walk, it'll kind of lock you into a direction. Here. Ah, we get the medicinal herb. So this goes... I mean, fitting that it's based on... Or it's by the same people who worked on the first couple East games, but, yeah, it goes the East herb. Kind of, you have one, and it will heal you if you die, which I'm about to do. If I don't start playing smarter. There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, wow, that's a large hitbox. Yeah, and that fireball costs 4 gems, so that's quite a bit. Oh, good. Oh, actually, that's a good point. No. So you'll come across these, gems, they... Whoop. The wrong one. No, there is not. And there's also a very annoying thing about gems. This is a game that, upon death, you will lose, I think, half your gems or all of your gems. And it's very annoying. Also, one thing to note that's nice is if you ever bring anything back to the from the area, it will always restore some health. Oh. Wow, thank you for the 1 pip of health. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's any, straight health ups. I got both of those. Okay, what's the hitbox in this thing? want to use that quite yet. Don't these things have like a weird like arm attack, I think? And yeah, not every layer just produces one. Sometimes it will produce a whole lot at the same time. Oh, okay, so it does show how much, how many more monster layers are in this area. I'm trying to... Okay. Yeah, it's weird, because B, or the B button is my, status screen. Okay, so I need 100. Damn it. I always get confused about the controls in this game. And yes, you can walk on conveyor belts that are in the opposite direction that you're facing. See, like this one will just produce all of them. Oop. Go, and upon level up, you will always get a full health restoration. Oh, oh, good. It's in a, basically it'll draw in all gems that are in, just in your general, in the direction that you're facing. The one thing I like about this game, even though it has an EXP system, is that grinding is really not a concern. Not at least until the end game. The end game does require a little bit of grinding. Or at least from when I played it last. That was like the one time I did some grinding and I didn't even think I needed it. Oh, does the orb block the shot? Oh, huh. Damn it. Right, I forgot about that. That there is level requirements for the swords. Yeah, they give a slight amount. Well, let's see. Oh, I guess that one doesn't. Because I know in the last area there are some enemies that respawn that give you XP. But yeah, in general, try and destroy every monster lair you can. And yeah, so... Also what's great is that machines will talk to you as well. And yes, so now at that point, now that we have restored the watermill, we need to go back in order to talk to him and say, hey, can you start this thing up? I think that... Let's see, is there any more? There's 2 more. Try and clear those out before I leave. Also, that number is... It's how many monster layers are on the actual screen. Or like... not so much screen, but on the kind of loaded area. Down here. And yeah, you can only move in the cardinal directions. Oh, and the Dream Rod. Okay, yeah, that's actually a very important item. I love the bass beat in this song, I just hate the actual bass itself. Oh, it's probably up when... Probably, above where the elevator is. Also, something about your character's walk I always found pretty funny. Oh. Oh, also. Sure, I'll be your child. Also, what's nice is the fact that there's no shops in this game. So basically it's like, oh, hey, you need a medicinal herb? Sure, I'll just give you one. Okay. There we go. So now we can use that elevator. So we can go down here. Oh. Gems. And a first set of armor. Yeah, armor... I think there are some that have... Yeah, I definitely know that there are some that have special benefits, but... Right. I always love it when games give XP for things other than killing things. When I go back into town, I'll check. Go up, yep. See? Yep, that's it. Fearless to goat. And his pen. Also, the monster lairers won't spawn unless you're on screen with them, which is also nice. Oh, at least Lisa. And another tulip. I don't like the fact that whenever you go and release something that it spawns all the turrets again. Let's see how many... Oh, there's a lot. Let's see how long it takes me to remember the fact that the magic shoots out of the gem and not, or the orb and not me. Another old man. That's not good. Oh. And yes, there is a thing where certain enemies can only be defeated by certain swords. I missed a stuff up here? No, because that should just go here. Oh, there's some down there. We got the sun. That's a might be. I got 5 left. Alright, I remember this one. I released another goat! And there's only one more. Yeah, 'cause I need to figure out how to get down there. I think I know how. Ah, yes, they do. Oh, right. Yep. Oh, I want to go back. Ah, yes. Sir, I've been doing that the entire time. Thank you for telling me something I already knew. Let's go talk to Mom. Oh, hey, it's Teddy. Like from ActRaiser. Huh. Huh. Hey, Rejects. Let's see. Let's use this, dream mob we got. Thank you for the sub. And yes, this is Dr. Leo's daughter. Yo, what are you doing? Putting that thing on my head while I'm trying to sleep. That's not nice. Okay. So where are you going? I like to go just now realize, hey, you had the food, please give it to me. Okay, let's go in here. Huh. And yes, basically it's like, hey, there's that, you couldn't go down there at that point? Yeah, I can. Okay, let's go back in there. And right here. At least an old man in his house. That should be 0, yes. And what do we got here? I guess this is going to be Dr. Leah's paintbrush. Leah's brush. Huh. Just, for some reason, I'm just hearing this weird, like, footstep noise. Huh. Oh yeah, there's flavor tags. Paintbrush used to paint the picture of the world of evil. So, let's use Leo's brush. Uh-oh. Okay, so here is kind of the last dungeon of the area. Oh, you have one more than the other one. Yep. More tulip. Oh, they're little turtle things. Also, I always like this area because it's you see the sky going back super fast. At least a lonely goat. More ivy. Oh, that's one thing, that if you find an additional herb in a chest, when you already have one, it will just give you a full heal. Okay, there we go. Ah. How much until next level? 580. Alright, well, see this thing right here? Can't hurt it? Oh, hey, there's a monster lair right there. Yeah, that's one of the enemies we can't kill until we get a certain sword. Also, if I remember correctly, I think there's a boss fight coming up, and I'm just about at a point where I could actually kill it if I... Well, let's see how it goes. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's a shame. We're not going to get the sword that can kill these things for quite some time, either. There's another goat. I remember the area that you get it in, I just can't remember what area, what number area it is. Or at least a boy. Yet another yet another tulip. And yep, just the one. Okay, is this the boss fight? Nope, not yet. Oh, good. Yeah, usually they give you a fast warp point to the last area. And then... Okay, now here's... Yeah, that's where the boss of the area is. So I am going to go... heal up. Okay, I'm gonna go back into town. I don't think get anything from this. Oh yeah, that's another thing that's really big in this franchise, is reincarnation. So yeah, as you would expect, the goat that kind of came there is the reincarnation of that guy's wife. Huh. Oh. That really isn't much of a prize considering, you know, I can get them for free already. Okay. Guess flowers can dream too. Yes, we need a metal destroying sword. Okay, I guess we don't need it quite yet. Or need to come back here quite yet. Okay, time to kill this asshole. This boss kinda sucks. Also, you have to hit it with a sword, or else it won't do any damage. Yeah, this is... I'm trying to remember how to get what the pattern for this guy is. Yeah, also, they made this boss harder in the Western version, because I believe they swapped what the directions that these are going in are. Wrong direction. Yeah, also I think they gave all the bosses more health. Or in the Western version. Yeah, that's not too bad. Also, I wonder... Oh, right, okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's try that again. There we go. No, I do not have Fester's quest scheduled.
Fester's quest.
Okay. I can accept that. It's an interesting game, yeah. Also, whenever you finish an area, the music becomes all lively. That's right, we don't need to go up here, we need to go to the other house. We got the brownstone. And yes, it is our MacGuffin. Yes, the end boss is in fact called Death Toll. And yes, now we must go to Greenwood, which we can now do through here. First off, let's save. Yep. Now let's move. Now, if I remember correctly, okay, it only lets you go to the areas you can actually go to. So let's go over here to Greenwood, which is not very green. And we can go over here. Yeah, the world map music's really good, and it's forest. This is actually probably my favorite area in the game, probably because it also has my favorite music. But yes. You thought the bass was good in the last area. We got a bird. Oh, here are the things that have the arms that I remember. Yeah. Yeah, those dragons feel like a Star Tropics enemy. At least a dog. Oh, it's 5 still. I think there's a back part. I got this area. These shrubs are nasty. Hey, squirrel. Well, it's... yeah. Ooh, give me something to eat and I get a new sword. That's just on the other side. Let's see, what do we got here? I think there's just an herb. Yep, it is. That's a very interesting way of describing a mole. I mean, I guess it's technically accurate. Let's see, what do you got? Delicious seeds. They're feeling I will use to get a new powerful sword. A crocodile, aka a bridge. Ah, the strange bottle. So, strange bottle. Yeah, basically, it is a thing that if you are equipped with this, when you die, you will not lose your gems, but the bottle will break. So you have to go get another source for another one. Although I think you can come back and get that repeatedly. I can't remember. I got 50 gems. Not as neat as new equipment, but it lets me do magic, so I guess that's good. So there's 2 left. These weird things. Oh, I only had one of them. Got a dir. Oop, there we go. Got here. Oh, you prick. Oh, more gems. I'm going to go back down in that area to see if I can find where those remaining layers are. Okay, that's what I thought. That's actually kind of clever. Which one is it? Okay. Oh, is this the one where... Okay, we can still progress a little bit. Got another dog. Also, they all seem to be the same kind of dog, too. I don't know dog breeds that well, so I can't tell which exact breed that is. Honestly, it almost looks like a beagle. Maybe a basset hound. Got a feeling look absolutely nothing like that dog. Ah, good. What? What the hell? Beastness, you okay there? What the hell was that? Oh, it's doing it again. Hold on 1 second. What the hell is that? Well, there's no core options available. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. You know what, let's go back to the other area. It was weird because, like, in the other area, there was, like, the weird... I don't know if anyone else heard it, but there was, like... It sounds like there was footsteps going on with the music, so... There's some... must be something weird with Soul Blazer and sound, because when I tried it on, a different emulator, it just didn't have any sound to begin with. Great. That's gonna be great when I get a new set of magic. Uh-huh. Heather dog by a graveyard. Huh. Okay. Yep, there's a squirrel and there's a deer there. God damn it. Heck! There we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually take that back to Greenwood. Yep, we're doing this. Actually, I'll see if there's a... Here. Oh, good. And what do we got here? 100 gems. Bowl. Another deer. Another squirrel. And if I remember correctly, yes, this is where we have a thing. Yep, we got Prover from Greenwood now. So let's go. Here. Yep. Not so much a fetch quest, or trying to think of whatever. I can't exactly remember. Also, now we can talk to all these animals. Billy, at the Woodston Trio. Oh, you're one sidekick now. Bird. Ah yes, the dog named Turbo. So this is the other thing that kind of ties all three of the game. Why it's mostly a trilogy. Why the trilogy kind of sticks, because there's always a dog named Turbo in those games. Let's go and look. There we go. Let's go find that squirrel. Oh, that's not it. Yes, let's go give the delicious seeds, if I remember how to get on the menu. Got the Psycho Sword. Psycho Sword. Invincible enemies are temporarily paralyzed. So yes, swords will not only work more effectively against certain enemies, but they also have weird kind of things that go along with them as well. Oh no. That's good. Good job, idiot. Okay, let's see. Let's go on some of these walls. Oh, we can go down here. Oop. Yep. Ah, yes. So now, our little orb, when we come into an area that will require it, will light up dark areas. Onmo. Okay, let's go see if we can get that armor. Nice armor. You cross fire without damage, that's pretty good. Yeah, I really like the tone of a lot of these games. Yeah, but still. Okay. Okay, what do you guys say? Can I go in here? Maybe I missed a layer. Oh, here we go. Ah. Just happened to miss the most important of the things. All right. Ah, and there we have now gotten the trio. I already forgot the name of it. Actually, I should go and see... Okay, yep. Yep, this is what that molded. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. Just kind of enjoying playing this game again. Go. Hey, we can get the deer across the thing. Yeah, because I mean, for the most part, it is a relatively, you know, simple game, but it's very enjoyable. The point where it gives me stupid limited visibility sections, which are always fun. Gotta be something in this upper quadrant. Or not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is as well. Oh, I think this actually is where I need to go. Yep. Alright, I really could use some new magic. Oh, that's good. I've got one. And the one is probably, it's probably these things that are... We don't have a proper sword to handle. Oh, actually, if I remember correctly, I think it was boss time. Yep. Remember this boss fight being relatively easy? Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's the thing it does. There we go. All right. Okay, let's go talk to some of the things we got. Oh, right. Ah, the shield bracelet, aka the shield ring from Ys. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go to the next area. Alright, let's continue. I think we got one more area in us today. And is this the underwater area? Yes, it is. St. Helens. All right. Considering the fact that the guy who composed the music was a former, like, in a rock band, that kind of makes sense. Even if he was just a vocalist. Mermaid. Yeah, it definitely has its, like, okay. As I said, it's a simple, but it works. Oh, I think I remember these things being really annoying. Oh. I see something underneath there. like a clam or something. And it is... oh, herb. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay, so I got one monster layer remaining. Let's see. Okay, how do I get over there? From a different area, looks like. Okay. Okay. And I got the bubble armor. I hit every single button except for the one I need. I'm really glad that the armor, as it goes up, or as I get new ones, is continuously getting better. Also, now we're down here. Hmm. Okay, what passage can I open? Rockbird. Okay, so I see a slight problem with the sword in this area. Or against these enemies. No, it won't break your bubble. No, it just makes fighting those things really annoying, because, technically when they go invincible, it counts as an invincible enemy, so therefore they get stunned. I mean, they get stuck in that form for longer than they should. Okay, let's see. There's that. Go. Okay, I guess I'll find those other ones later. Yeah. Essentially, this area is completely drain all the water out of whatever. Got here. Gems. And medicinal herb. Kinda neat at that point, actually. With the remaining 4? Yes. Okay. As we just completely destroy that area. Mermaid's Tears? What does Mermaid's Tear do? Ah. Okay. That's just you. Let's go. Go to this volcanic island. There's 3 left, so I bet you the last 3 are here. Okay. That's that area cleared out. I think I've actually gone through this area in a playthrough without getting the protection. And it was ludicrously difficult. Ah, there's the 3 dancers now. Also, it always unnerves me a little bit that whenever I get into or done with like one of those, hey, you release something, that the orb just seems to be like going on its own thing. There's a lot of monsters in this area. Drink? Oh, another strange bottle. Okay. Oh, that... So I have the thing that prevents the magma that's flying from the sky from hurting me, but not, you know, the magma that's already there. Alright, so we've destroyed that volcano. Critical sword. Okay. Yep, that still doesn't work against them. Lester? Thunder Ring. Okay. Seems nifty. That is nifty in this exact circumstance. Yeah, I should probably have that clipped. Okay, that's gotta be the last one. One more. Okay. Yep, there we go. Oh, I think I remember the boss of this level being incredibly annoying. That one, the one we found in the last level wasn't that annoying. Big Pearl. Huh. Oh, right! There, finally. Oh, also we missed a magic at some point. Also, that is a weird translation. Yeah, I probably missed one in the forest somewhere. Or they don't give it to me until I get the next sword, or the sword that kills invincible things. Let's see how this work. Received. Ah, there we go. Knew there had to be an equivalent one. Oh, and this is that area, I think, yeah, that... Good. Alright, let's do this. Thank you for the 1 gems. Here we go! Okay, maybe this boss wasn't as hard as I thought. Give me the blue stone. Okay, so now that we've gotten the blue stone, I think that is probably enough for this episode. So, why don't we record our progress? Yes. And let us not... Oh, wait. I do not want to continue. As well, there's much to be done. that'll do it for that. So, with that, I'm going to pause this here, and let's call that an episode for Soul Blazer. So, with that, let us prepare for next week. Let me think. Why don't I do... So, thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can go to my YouTube channel by going to youtube.com or youtube.ldp.life. That will take you straight to my YouTube channel, in which I try and upload these. I try and do it in 24 hours, but really it's probably the Saturday and Sunday should be up this. I'm going to try and get them up this afternoon. They are still. I just need to do the timestamps, but they should be up. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch these episodes we record live Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to keep up the show and what I'm doing, you can follow my personal Twitter at LoaThePuzzlo and the show's Twitter at Hazeltown Story. If you want to take part in polls and also chat with the community, you can join the Discord by going to discord.ldp.life. That, if you have a Discord account, should take you straight to the Discord channel, in which you can hang out and chat and all other fun stuff. I also now have a Patreon, of which you can support at $2 and $5 levels. This goes towards hosting costs for future projects and also some other stuff for the channel. So with that, thank you all for watching. Next Friday, let's get virtual, in which we take a look at probably one of Nintendo's kind of most high-profile flops, the Virtual Boy. But are there games on the Virtual Boy that actually are worth playing? We will find out next Friday. So with that, again, thank you all for watching. Bear should be starting if he has not already started, so let's go ahead and raid him. He's going to be doing some Soldier of Fortune, which technically is eligible for this show, unfortunately. But yes, if you want to see a sneak peek of what that game looks like, go ahead and follow over to Bear. So, thank you all for watching again. Have a good night.